By 7 p.m. tonight, a life will end because of you.
Ooh.
I want this woman unmasked. I don't care how you do it. Aren't you breaking the law by aiding and abetting a violent, unhinged vigilante? I will start drawing up new costume ideas for you. Mom, stop.
I'm glad that she's trying to be there though, you know. I'm really glad about that.
Then there's a goddamn serial killer after you and we're gonna save you whether you like it or not.
I've said this before, could easily be a decoy.
Let her be warned. I'm coming for her.
Dude.
Everything Salinger does has a purpose.
That's what I thought. Someone close. You watch. And she was just having redemption as well. That's mental.
Jess.
I can't believe it right now.
He killed her. She's dead.
Come close.
Oh
Trish, stop!
my... No way.
Is he dead?
Oh, he's unconscious.
Oh,
He's losing a lot of blood.
holy shoot.
The NYPD is on its way.
So he's basically... Look at him. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh my god, man. I cannot believe it. And you know what that means as well? For Trish and Jess?
What's the status?
He's alive.
He's got a pulse.
He's got a
Need
pulse.
medic up here.
Great. You know what's even more sad to think about as well? Jess didn't have that person there.
He'll ID you, if he hasn't already. He'll face assault charges.
Prison. That's what they're
Or
looking
worse,
down the
that's what
barrel
they do to
of.
people like us.
Was personal. An attack on Mrs. Walker is an attack on you.
I know.
Oh, wait. Imagine Jess does that. Okay, so we've set the tone already for the start of this episode, guys, with Salinger and Detective Costa and all of it. It's all been set. The tone's been set. Now, the question for me is this, right? Trish's identity is crucial in the sense that we don't want anyone finding out that it's her. Does that make any sense? Like, we don't want that. Now, I'm not sure whether Salinger's even gonna release that information, simply because, like, for a start, he may not actually know. Like, he may know to an extent, but, like, whether he cares about releasing it, you know, his motive's very specific, so I'm not even sure he's, like, that obsessed with releasing it. My question is this. Detective Costa, right, he's gonna figure out, he's gonna piece together at some point, Trish's mother, personal attack, like he's just done. Then he's going to find that Salinger was attacked, and he's still alive. Then he's going to think to himself, hold on a second, he's going to blame Jess. I don't even think he'll look at Trish immediately. I reckon he's going to go, Jess, this was personal, and was this revenge? And then my bet is this, right? I have the weirdest feeling that Jess is going to try and take the fall for whatever happened with what Trish did, to keep Trish safe. That's just what I think might happen. Now, my biggest questions at the moment are as well involve like Trish and Jess's relationship. I kind of expected some sort of blaming arc, but you know, we may still get there, I'm not sure, but to be honest, we could just get a positive arc. But the thing is how does this change your perspective of being known? Because the minute she was known, something happened to someone close to her. And then does she even want to do this thing anymore? Or does this maybe change her motive? Does she then realize, okay, this is why I should do it, not because of this, but for the actual right reason? Maybe it sort of fixes the motive issue. Maybe that's what this is going to do.
He said it was that masked vigilante. She clawed half his face off with her bare hands.
Oh, so he didn't name drop.
Easy on him.
Jones, he's
Masked
going
vigilante.
down. He's done unless she gets in our way.
Unless somehow
What else
it's
did Salinger
evidence being
say?
planted.
That he fears
Imagine
for his
that.
life
Just
when we got
imagine
cops
that.
on him and
You may recognize this woman
Wow.
from her
Of
appearance
course
inside
it's
the
Hogarth.
GT Agrochemical building. Gregory
Great.
Salinger nearly lost his life at the hands
Oh
of this
my god.
monstrous powered creature. Hogarth and Associates is prepared to offer a $250,000 reward for the successful identification
Wow.
of this vigilante plaguing our streets.
And there's a photo of her face. Oh my god. No escape.
she lost it, Jess.
She found her mother dead, Malcolm. Drenched in blood, stabbed over and over. What would you have done?
Exactly.
Admitting told me to get him settled in 823 South.
Take it up with the charge nurse. I'll get him back up.
Nobody tells me.
Wow. Here's Jess. And she's alone with him. Oh
What
Goodness sake.
do you want?
To stay out of prison.
He wants to stay out of
You to
prison
help
and to
me
keep
with
killing.
that. You failed so many people that she's all you have left. So
He is
you're going
playing
to
in her
destroy
mind, just
the
like
evidence.
Kilgrave. So yeah, his deal anyway is that he doesn't go to prison, photo doesn't get released, end of. Jess has to trust him. She has none of the cards, and I said this last reason, she will have 0 of the cards at this point.
If anything happens to her, I swear to God, I will destroy you.
Ooh. And I believe every word of that. Oh my god.
She's got no comment, asshole.
That's a first.
Oh, him. How can he help? Because now we've
How
got
about you
3
let the woman
supers.
bury her mother for a shithead?
Hey, she's adopting Jessica Jones strategies.
I can't let him get away with it, but I won't let her pay the price.
Imagine she does
Then
though,
we
eh?
do
Imagine that.
The
Imagine she just
last thing
sacrificed
on earth that
everything.
you want to do. Officer Carl Nussbaumer. He comes here every night at the start of his beat. He served 20 decorated
Oh,
years on the force.
blackmail! He's gonna
And
blackmail!
He's also a murderer.
He doesn't know your face. Let's keep it that way.
Officer Nussbaumer.
Yeah,
Would
the
you
blackmail.
believe that he spent that entire 10K all in one place?
It's called a badge, and it allows me to beat the shit out of you just for that mouth, right? Hey, we're square.
But why did he show his face? I thought they were trying to keep his face empty. Why'd they show his face?
Be at the lab's loading dock at 2:45.
2:45 a.m. loading dock.
It's not your fault, Trish.
I know.
Oh wow.
Salinger did this.
Holy shoot. Dude, I thought she'd have a bit of a blurry understanding of what happened, like who to blame. But no, she's
No, they
literally
don't always.
all Salinger.
Win. They don't always win.
They do enough that I can't do this anymore.
What did I say about quitting? I knew it. That would be an option.
Laurent came to me. He asked me to help you.
I don't know, man. I just don't like what Jerry's turning into in general, so I can't say that I have a whole load of sympathy for her right now, other than obviously all of this is stemming from her ALS, but so I obviously I feel bad for her, but
Stray hairs in
the thing
third
she's
floor of
doing
this
is just
building.
eradicating it.
After I got it, in my power, I came home from college. And the first person I saw was my dad.
Wow, and you got a headache from his father.
And I nearly puked from the darkness coming off of him. And the day they took him away, my mother overdosed on pills.
Oh shoot!
And Brianna,
And is that why he doesn't use it for that
She
reason
blamed
anymore?
me.
For goodness sakes, man. So his backstory is more complicated as well. Why he started, why he is so against the heroics. So she's doing... I don't even really... To be honest, I think I may have missed it. I don't even know what exactly they're going to get. Unless it's the hair.
There's a lot of people waiting on answers.
I see.
It's personal.
Okay, only
Oh,
because it's you, Eddie.
I need to
my
get them
God.
out of there now.
Oh, Christ.
I'm gonna be sick.
Call maintenance.
But what is that? Is that blood? Yep. Hey, a bit of Trish Walker right now, to be fair. You know what I said? Imagine she puts her hair on that. You know, I said, like, it would be crazy if there was some sort of arc where she, like, I don't know, to protect Trish, she did it to herself. She did, like, imagine that. Imagine that. All done.
My aura, whatever.
you're still you.
So he's still not getting a headache. You know how cool that is? Oh my god. So even though she's doing the wrong thing in her eyes. Oh wow, that's just amazing.
Excuse me.
It's done.
Then so are we.
Wow. So he's not going to
Let's get
prison.
on with it.
But what does that mean now then? What then? This isn't over for him. And I say it again and again and again. What's his motive? Punishing people that don't deserve it. Who will he go after? Jess again. Like, there's no reason for him not to. He has the cards. Why would he just stop, you know? He will do that. I'm telling you now. Once again, like I said last reaction, it is not over.
Jess, where have you...
She blames him. You watch.
What the hell is he doing here?
You
I
watch.
wanted to look you in the eye and explain.
You're a goddamn coward!
Oh! Seriously, Trish. He would die if he went to prison. For goodness sakes, man.
Righteous.
You don't deserve my forgiveness.
Hey, hold on a second. This is the perfect time to pause and discuss some parallels. And I have all the sympathy for her right now. All of it. And I feel it. I can understand what... Not understand what she's going through, but I can empathize to an extent, right? Now, if you look back, Trish killed Jess's mum, and Trish said, just move on. It's time. I did it for the right reason. This, that, the other. Da, 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 da. And Jess said she refused to forgive her, but Trish was adamant she should. What is happening right now? You know what I'm trying to say? It's all easy when you're in the other person's shoe, with the different shoes, sprouting off all the nonsense. But then the minute you're in those shoes, it becomes difficult. Imagine being him. You would not survive. I don't think any of our characters, no one would survive if you were him and you got sent to prison. Because you would literally explode. We saw what happened when one person touched his head. Imagine what would happen if he was in a room full of people that are that bad. Now, I'm so glad that I was spot on, man. I knew she would blame other people. Before, when you said it was Salinger's fault, I was like, really? Like, I'm a bit shocked that she didn't feel a little bit, like, cloudy about who she blamed. I thought potentially she might blame Jess. I didn't think about this guy, but it makes perfect sense. Of course she'd blame him. If I'm being completely honest, you guys, one thing that doesn't make sense to me in this series, right? Ages back when Trish was saying she wanted the fame, she wanted this, she wanted the other, and she tried to get him to come out as a victim. Why didn't she just come out as a witness? If they needed a second witness, why couldn't she just come out as that? If she wanted the fame, if she wanted to come out in publicly, if she wanted her vigilante status to be less hidden, why not just come out? It's just a little thing I'm getting a bit confused about, for being honest. It just seems like there's a lot of discrepancies between what she expects of others and then herself. Obviously, like I said, I feel kind of mean actually speaking about this after what's just happened to her. Even though this has happened, I won't accept her putting the blame on other people. Because it's no one's fault. This is all Salinger's fault. It's the same reason that Jess couldn't blame herself for Hope's death.
You have no idea what he did for you tonight.
All right, what did he do?
He helped me.
Oh, that's right, she doesn't know what the crap she's in.
Salinger wanted me
Wow.
to destroy the evidence that proved he killed Nathan Silva.
No.
It was the only way to protect you.
I told you I didn't care that I would go to jail. All that matters is nailing Salinger.
Gosh almighty.
You have just obliterated my only win. I choose you every day.
She won't see it like that, though. Of course she won't see it like that. The thing, I don't really feel sad right now. I feel weird. Are you guys, am I the only one that got that reaction? Like, when you watched this, did you feel like crying, or did you just feel like odd, like something was missing?
The security footage of the masked woman in the file room was doctored by me.
Wow.
This is the missing footage in which you'll see
Is he
me,
quitting?
Caught her breaking in.
Ooh.
And you,
Let her
Malcolm.
go. I quit.
you're fired.
Come on. Too late. He said it first. So he just quit.
And Zaya?
Don't.
Is he
Zaya has nothing
Is she threatening
to do
Zaya?
with this.
Why should I believe that?
Oh.
Why should I believe anything that you
My
say?
God.
You protected a man. No, well, we protected a man who carves people
Come on,
up for
Malcolm.
sport.
My guy.
And if that's what
Finally
you want
someone
from me,
stands up to her.
if that's what Zaya wants from me,
Then I don't want anything to do with it.
I'm out.
I'm out. Holy shoot. Okay.
You know.
Last time we're pausing it. I'm going to talk about this one more time, because if you don't watch every reaction, you won't have heard me say it before. There is a massive missed opportunity with her character. And I love the way they're doing it. I love the way they're putting it into this final season, her dark arc and the way she's exploring this. But it's way more complicated than one season's worth of work. That's what's stressing me out. If they had a season 4, you've already got it set up. You don't even need to have the Kilgrave thing. As much as I would have loved her to have somehow adopted Kilgrave's abilities and become that 2.0 character through his corpse or whatever, and fixing her ALS, which, by the way, still could have been an option if they kept that an option, right, for season 4. Her dark arc continues to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. This season is the start of it. You see it, her cripple. The end of season 4, maybe the big plot twist is she is investigating Kilgrave's corpse or his DNA through IGH. Maybe she is trying to find a way to cure her ALS. maybe she does try and do that, right? Something goes wrong, something bad happens, boom, she's now Kilgrave 2.0. It doesn't work the way she thinks it does. She experiences everything Kilgrave experienced as a kid, as an adult. Maybe she kills someone close to her, maybe she says something she shouldn't do, maybe someone dies, maybe she manipulates someone with the powers. For example, just put it this way, right? This new character that she quite likes, she's now got these abilities. Somehow she makes her do something which is shocking and it breaks her. She then becomes the villain, we all know. For example, think of Wilson Fisk, right? And like, I think, if I remember correctly in the comics, something happened to his wife and daughter, and then that's what spurred on his villain. It was already a bit of a villain, but like, you know, spurred it on. Something like that could happen to her. That's what I think is such a missed opportunity. Like, they had it so perfectly set up that she could have potentially been the next big villain in Jessica Jones, and it could have been this massive thing. I know they're not going to continue them. I don't think these now are considered canon. I think they're going to reboot the characters. But if this had been the arc that they were going to continue next season, I would have been extraordinarily happy. The problem now I'm seeing, right, is we've got, what, 10, 11, and 12, and 13, 4 episodes left after this. That, for me, isn't enough to give her character that sort of, like, time.
Well, I'm glad she's still out there. She tried to do
right. Whoa! At least now she has something else to focus on other than Trish. Well, we think. What's going to become more important? Wow! Oh, gosh. Jesus Christ. She knows exactly who that is. And is she going to do something about it? That's the question. How much does Jessica actually mean to her? You know?
You mind?
We have the legal right to search the premises.
What the heck?
It's in the warrant. Tell us about your recent run-in with Officer Carl Nussbaumer.
The conversation, not a run-in.
His body cam captured you approaching him, then he turned it off. Why?
20-year decorated vet, beaten to death. We think it was personal.
Wait, what?
Can you account for your whereabouts last night, Miss Jones?
Wait, hold on a second. How? And who? Okay, so that's the end of the episode, guys. Maybe not as intense as the one before, but there's still a lot of things going on, and I like I said, it's not over. There's still plenty to talk about. There's still plenty of things that are moving parts, and like I said, I don't think that Salinger actually cares, you know, about this whole deal that they've got going on. I honestly think that this is still a continuing thing for him. He's not going to be done. Not a chance in hell. He still wants Jess to be suffering for what she doesn't deserve, right? Now, I think the biggest thing about that reaction is you just sort of see the aftermath of Dorothy's death and Trish's reaction and Jess's reaction and how she blames and there's a lot of grieving in this episode, and honestly, I don't have a lot to say about all of that. I completely expected it all. Like, I knew that she was going to try and blame other people, and I knew that it was going to be like this weird arc of, I'm not sure I want to do this anymore. The only real major thing that I want to talk about at the end of this episode is the ending. Now, they sort of say that the police officer was beaten to death, the one that they bribed to get rid of the evidence. What's crazy about that, which I can already see where it's heading, right, is Jess tells Salinger that she's going to get rid of evidence. Jess tells Salinger that they have a deal now. Jess tells Salinger not to go towards Trish. Jess tells this, Jess tells that. Jess basically gets herself into a very, very delicate position in terms of the law, in terms of the police and all of it. What would a smart, meticulous, evil person go and do? They would go and try and take advantage of it. And I said that I think I mentioned at one point there may be like a framing situation, like maybe Jess would have, he could have framed and said there was actually Jess's hair on the body or something. I was right in a sense, I think. Not really the exact details of it, but what I think may be about to happen is he's just going to beat this guy to death to make it look like Jess. Now, Jess has got evidence that she was with him. Jess has got evidence that probably there's DNA of her with him. Jess has got evidence that she went to the police station probably at some point. There's all sorts of evidence stacking up against her, and now the person she talked to moments before he died turned off his camera, which is crazy. So now they're investigating Jess, and it seems that she's been put in a position once again, which is not her fault. And it makes sense as well because, like, we know it's not Salinger's motive to beat someone to death, and in that sense. But then we also know that someone would do that to replicate Jess's abilities, wouldn't they? I think the next few episodes is going to be quite telling as to what happens, and I knew that he wouldn't be done. It makes no sense that he'd be done and he would continue to sort of go after her. But the thing that is slightly confusing me is he doesn't want her in prison. He wants to kill her. So why would he... What does framing her do at all? Because he wants her to suffer for her consequences. He wants the photos and he wants her to die. So why wouldn't he just kill her? You know, so that's the thing that's slightly confusing me. Obviously, she's got powers and obviously it's a bit difficult to just kill Jessica Jones. But I think there's a huge missing piece of what his final endgame is. And I talk about endgames all the time and what he could be planning and the last hurrah. I think it's massive. Trish isn't safe, Malcolm's not safe, Jess isn't safe, but I guarantee you it's going to be all three of them that bring this guy down together. Besides all of that, and the fact that I'm expecting him to continue to frame Jessica and I'm expecting him to still go after her no matter what deal they make. The other person to talk about is Hogarth, who is going through her stuff and she's basically going against Jessica, against Malcolm, against Trish, and we know that she's hitting her evil arc. And I've already spoken about the missed opportunity, so I won't speak about it again, but what I will say is, are we going to get somewhat redemption for her by the end of this series? Could she do something to help put Salinger away? Could Salinger do something to someone she cares about, and then maybe she comes round somehow. Maybe she goes against him in the court of law and puts him away. Maybe that's how we get this, right? The original season 1 crew, you've got Hogarth in the legal seat. You've got Malcolm as the assistant from Jess, or associate of Jess. You've got Trish who's the abilities, Jess who's the abilities, new associate. All come together to put this guy away. And I don't think he'll die. I honestly think they'll put him away because I feel like it's all been about like Jess's arc and the fact with Kilgrave, everything that happened with Kilgrave. Would she replicate killing him again? That's the thing I don't understand that she'd do, unless someone else does it, you know? But yeah, anyway, I don't have a lot to say, guys. I'm going to leave this one a bit shorter, being as the last reaction I did speak a lot afterwards, and I'm probably going to watch the next episode today at some point, depending on if I can edit this one on time. But if you did enjoy this video, as ever, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for new content every single week. Also, don't forget to follow my Instagram, guys, BritishChap with 2 P's. The link is in the description below. And as ever, let me know in the comments, guys, what you thought of the episode and the reaction. Happy to get some discussion going. But yeah, guys, anyway, that's all from me. As ever, this has been your boy, BritishChap. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.
He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression.
Could try to play you, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody and stained from the people.